Well, the new year means new laws go into place, a higher minimum wage, and new leaders taking over new positions. But it also means we'll take a chance to look back and look forward at what's coming. Tonight, we begin the year where we ended the last, talking about the economy, taking a look at the economic outlook of our state and what it could mean to you and me in 2023. This year presents a big opportunity, but it also presents an even bigger challenge. Both of those things sound all too familiar, I'm sure. Kent, I know we're talking about that big pot of money, our state surplus, and at the same time, a worker shortage, right?
Yeah, that's right, Jenna. Let's start with the good news, the state surplus. At $17 billion, state leaders certainly would seem to have options and opportunity to try to address the worker shortages that impacted all kinds of industries in the last year. But experts say our shrinking workforce is a generational challenge that will require us all to think differently in the year and years ahead.
The duties of the office of governor.
After swearing in for his second term, Governor Walz addressed the economic concern that could come to define it.
Let's grow our workforce. Let's attract folks here. Let's make sure that we are a destination place for teachers, for nurses, for small business owners, for entrepreneurs.
We are one of the first states in the country to really feel the effects of population growth starting to level off and actually now a decline in our workforce.
Star Tribune business columnist Evan Ramstad says Minnesota has seen a 3% drop in workforce, with only 6 states seeing bigger declines. But in his latest column, he says the challenge now comes down to more than just recruiting our way out of it.
I'm not sure we can get out of it. We've got better schools, we've got better work environments to attract people, we've got higher salaries to attract people. All those are good ideas, and the state should be aggressive on that. But all this is just relatively small compared to the fact that when you look at the generational sizes, there's just no making up for how big that boom generation was.
While that presents a big challenge for the year and years to come, it also presents opportunity.
This is the best news possible. I think we should be shouting it from the rooftops. The definition of a good economy is when firms are looking for workers. The definition of a bad economy is when workers are looking for firms.
NPR senior economics contributor Chris Farrell says that's not to say there aren't very real economic concerns facing everyone right now.
I know that we're in a battle against inflation. Looks like the Federal Reserve is going to win. Actually, that's the safest forecast you can make. The Federal Reserve will win. The question is, what's the price are we going to pay? But even if we do go into recession, my suspicion is that a lot of companies are going to hold on to their workers rather than let them go. Overall, I think we've entered an era where labor is the scarce resource. That is not going to change in the short term or the longer term.
And that's why he says we should all expect to both hear more and see more action from our government and businesses at all levels in the months ahead.
So it's going to take government, it's going to take private sector business, it's going to take nonprofit organizations, but having this sense of urgency, this is an opportunity. A low unemployment rate is a time to welcome.
I think that's the only way forward, is to be really creative. There's a lot of things that could be examined.
And he says that means welcoming more people and more ideas.
People are being very creative about just fundamentally the process of work. If we can't come up with a better way to do this, we won't be able to do it.
So beyond attracting more out-of-state workers, Evan and Chris say we could also make it easier for current Minnesotans to re-enter the workforce or stay in their jobs for longer. That might be through automation to help productivity, or by eliminating costly barriers for those who might want to get the training or certified in new careers, start a business, or return to the workforce after caring for a child or older parent. Jana.
Yeah, I remember talking to Chris Farrell about that, being more flexible with people who did leave the workforce, because that large group of baby boomers, we need some of them to come back part-time. That's part of the thinking, right, Kent?
Yeah, flexible and understanding, and not just baby boomers, but like he said, parents that might be not able to afford childcare right now, are taking a couple of years and then want to get back into it. Really invite those people back into the fold when they feel ready.
Absolutely. Thanks, Kent. All great points. Appreciate it.